Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, you're just catching the replay. And do me a huge favor, right down here in the pinned comments, there's a link. Open up that message, that pinned comment, and join my broadcast channel. That way you can be notified the next time I'm live. And our keyword tonight is deer. We are going to create with this transfer that just came back to us. I think earlier this week. So that's what we're going to use. So when y'all pop on, say, hey, I'm going to share this into the broadcast channel. Just give me 1 second and then we are going to get started. So we're actually going to use the outside the box frame insert, which is what I have right in front of me. One that we did back in the spring. And we're going to actually use this side. Okay. So give me 1 second. Let me share this in here. Of course, my computer is moving very slow, but we're going to start painting. So this is an insert for this frame. So y'all, if you didn't know, this frame is actually leaving us relatively soon. So if you like the outside the box frame and you like the 12 by 18, I highly suggest you snag it while you can. Okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to flip it over and we're going to paint it red. Hi, Janice. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Kathy. So let me pull up comments. Give me a second, y'all. I haven't been live in a couple days and I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Christina. So I'm going to actually use some regular chalk paint. I'm going to use the Home Decor, in Imperial, in the color Imperial. And then we are going to add that transfer on top. And of course, my computer is being really slow. So give me 1 second, y'all. Here we go. Hi, Barbara. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty, so we are going to just paint this whole thing this pretty color. Now, you could use chalk paste if you wanted to. That's absolutely an option. Cherry would be really pretty with this, but I wanted to go with chalk paint. Sometimes on these bigger surfaces, I find it a little bit easier to paint with like regular chalk paint than the paste, but you know, you can do whatever you want. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Karen. Y'all do me a huge favor. Make sure y'all hit that heart button, okay? And then share the video if you would. But we are going to keep it really simple. But everything I'm using, with the exception of this, is 25% off on my site. So when you comment the word deer, D-E-E-R, check the first link in the message. Actually read the message. And everything in there will be 25% off. So everything I'm using that is chalk related is going to be 25% off. So if y'all didn't know. Hi, Robbie. We just got started. So not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. We are just painting our 12 by 18 wood grain insert for the outside the box frame, which I love. Hi, Pam. And then we got to dry this and then we're going to chalk. We're going to just have some fun. I apologize that I have not been on. My back is still in pain, but it's not as bad. But, I decided not to do a live sale on Wednesday only because with me being sick in my back, it kind of put me behind on some orders. And y'all, I worked my booty off today and yesterday and I'm almost caught back up. I think yesterday, or the mailman picked up like 60 packages today. So check your emails for tracking. I promise if it got shipped and you attach the correct email, you got an email with tracking. Alrighty, covering this up, I'm going to go through, clean up my brush strokes, and then let's dry it. Hi, Louise. Hi, Haley. Let me catch up on comments over here. Hi, Melinda. So we're going to dry this and then we are going to use vanilla and nominee, but we're also going to use a cutout or chalk shape, if you will, for the project. So, but we got to get this completely dry before we do anything else. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? So, oh, Boone says hello. I don't know if y'all can hear him. Hi, Jan. Well, I'm glad you actually saw that I was live instead of calling me. I'm doing better, yes. It's a slow process, y'all. My back, I'm still in pain. I still have some pain, but it's not nearly as bad as it was a week ago or even like 3 or 4 days ago. So it's getting better. So let's get this dry and call me after. Okay, I will, Haley. We might have to do another coat. We'll see. I'm doing good, Michelle. How are you? We will see if we need another coat or not. I'm thinking we will. Hi, Sybil. But I am using regular chalk paint instead of chalk paste to paint. Personally, on these bigger surfaces, I think it's just easier to use like regular chalk paint. But that's just a personal preference. Thank you for sprinkling. I don't know if I said that, but thank you. Thank you. Since you've been sick, it looks like you've lost some weight. You look great. Or the shirts you've been... I don't know, Miss Melinda. People are telling me that, but I don't know. What are you making, Michelle? I have yet to eat dinner. It was probably a combination of being sick and, I don't know, wearing different shirts. I don't know. Hi, Rebecca. I was just talking about that. My back is better. It's not 100%, but it's better. Alrighty. So, salmon. Now, your girl, I do not like. I'm not a fish, seafood, anything like that. I know we've talked about like seafood, but I'm not a fish person either. Hi, Chris. The shirt is flattering. I don't know. Y'all, it was a little chilly here today in Texas, and so I took advantage of wearing my cannot talk today, my yoga pants and my long sleeve shirt. Shrimp. Hi, Debbie. Well, thank you, Miss Starlene. Hi, Angela. This is not the fun part, is watching paint dry. I apologize. But it's just part of the process. Yes, comment that word deer. That will get you the supply list. And like I said, everything I'm using, with the exception of this, is 25% off on my website. So when you comment that word deer, click the first link in the message. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Yum, Karen. That sounds really good. What red paint did I use? It's the Home Decor Imperial. Biscuits and bacon. Yum. All right. So I am going to do another quick coat, just because you can see some of the brush strokes with this red. But I'm going to try not to cover, well, I guess I kind of have to cover the whole thing. Maybe I just won't do it so thick. Hi, Kathy. So we will just cover this up. We had baked ham, mashed potatoes. Ooh, yum. Hi, Lisa. And I'm trying not to do it so thick so we don't have to sit here and dry it forever in a day. You know what I mean? All right. Getting this back on here. Yeah, this isn't absolutely necessary. You don't have to do another coat. But I want to, because I want it to be nice and solid. And I don't want those brush strokes to show through. You know what I mean? Hi, Michelle. Fun. What are y'all doing in Georgia? Hot wings, fries, and pasta salad. Yum. Yes, I love this red. This is the 12 by 18 outside the box frame insert. So if you didn't know, the 12 by 18 outside the box frame and the inserts are retiring. So if you like the outside the box frame, I highly suggest you go snag it while it's on sale and still available. And there's a bunch of stuff, y'all. There's a bunch of stuff that is leaving us. I need to post my picture with everything. That way y'all can see everything that's going to be leaving us soon. Because there's quite a bit of stuff, I will say. All right, let's try this. Round 2. You live in Georgia? Awesome. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Dolores. Had my knee operated on this week. My husband got me a sandwich from Wendy's. Well, how was it, Miss Barbara? And how is your knee? How are you doing? Y'all, you don't need to apologize. You're fine. We're going to have to sand this just a smidge. She lives right here now. Tomorrow we're doing the, ooh, fun. That sounds like some fun. Okay, let's get this dry. I can already see that I'm going to have to sand it because I did get the paint a little thick right here. Not the end of the world. But we want to make sure that our surface is nice and smooth before we put our transfer on. We are going to use this guy. So this was a transfer from last year that they brought back earlier this week. So we're going to use this and the coordinating chalk shape with it. So comment that word deer, D-E, I don't know why I can't spell, D-E-E-R. I think the double E is messing me up. Your daughter got a dog? How fun. Hi, Diane. I hope I'm finally healing and had operated in May. Oh my goodness. Well, Miss Barbara, I'm thinking about you, my friend. Let's see, I'm just going back to y'all's comments. Thank you. Yeah, so this deer, y'all, if y'all liked his legs fell off. But if y'all liked this deer, he's also 25% off. So I'll have to get his legs back on him here in a little bit. But that deer is also 25% off, and that one is low quantity, I believe. So snag it while you can. Hi, Sandra. My back is doing better. Thank you so much for asking. It is definitely doing better. It still hurts, but it's better. You know, I am just happy that I'm not like in horrendous pain like I was. So I'm still hurting plenty of, oh my goodness, Miss Debbie, I'm so sorry. I'm hoping you heal faster and faster each day, because that's not fun. Being in pain is not fun. Like, even after just a week, y'all, like, I've noticed, like, I was getting, like, grumpy because of the pain. I was just getting so frustrated because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I guess that's just part of getting older, maybe. Your leg is somewhat better. The large deer is gone. Yeah, they only have the small ones left. Exactly, Miss Karen. So if you want that standing deer, the one that the legs fell off just for me right now, this size, this is the smaller one, go snag him. I have to get, oh, you have to get shots in your eyes? Oh. The chiropractor is helping, yes. Hi, Kristen Pryor. We are making a sign that's taking forever to dry. I apologize, y'all. I thought one coat would be fine, but we're going to use this transfer that just came back to us. You know what? Let's do a giveaway because y'all have been so patient sitting here watching literally paint dry. So let's do a giveaway. Let's see. In the comments, tell me where you're watching from, and I will pick someone in the comments. We're almost done, y'all. We're so close. Thank you for sprinkling. I really appreciate it. And if y'all could sprinkle, that would help me out tremendously too. Hi, Missy. Ooh, 23 eye surgeries. Oh my goodness. From Pennsylvania, Florida. 23 eye surgeries. Griffin, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, Louisiana, Nevada. Hi, Karen. Hi, Miss Nancy from California. Monica from Maine. Pam, are y'all doing okay after the hurricane? Hi, Brenda. Louisiana. Okay. This I can tell is not dry. My mom just had to have it adjusted once a month, and he also gets a body. Yeah. So I got a massage, right? And I think that made it worse. So instead of like going to the chiropractor at first, I went and got a massage. It was like a therapeutic massage. And she, like y'all, I had bruises all down like my lower back. That's how like hard she was pushing. And I think it made it worse. So I should have started with the chiropractor. Hi, Tammy. Miss Tammy, who's a Perks member. Yes, we were fine nearby. Oh, I'm glad y'all are okay. Hi, Connie. All right, let's pick a winner. Miss Karen. Girl, I can never say your last name. Karen R. from Nevada. Yeah. I just think it ruined my back. It made it even worse. So, yeah. I mean, bruises all my lower back. It was bad. And my muscles are still sore from that. And that was, oh heck, over a week ago. All right. So I am going to lightly sand because I don't know if y'all can see, like right here, I put way too much paint, and I'm afraid that if I go in with my transfer, it's going to not be smooth. I don't know if that makes sense. That's still wet right there. I can see that. Hi, Tammy. Miss Tammy, I shipped out quite a few of your orders. The mailman was slacking on his job and not picking up packages. Some of y'all's orders have been waiting to be picked up for a couple of days. But he finally came and got them today. So, I apologize if you've been checking your tracking and it wasn't moving. That's why. Okay. Let's see. When I get a massage, I have to have light pressure, no deep tissue for me. Yeah. Well, I was in so much pain, I didn't care. Like, I just was like, whatever will help. I'll endure the pain. And that was not a good choice. It does. No massage. I definitely understand your pain. Yeah. I've been icing still. So, all right. Get all that dried up. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to wax. So we need to apply surface wax because we painted our surface. And I don't want the transfer that we're going to put down to pull up this paint. My wax is a little bit on the drier side, so I always heat it up to soften it a smidge. And then we're going to apply this wax, which this is also 25% off. Y'all, literally everything on the chalk site is 25% off. Even the new stuff that they just launched. There's like 3 new gel stains that they launched that are 25% off, and all of the unpaused transfers that they just brought back are 25% off. My monthly from CC came bin. Oh no, Miss Debbie. I hate it when that happens. I don't understand why they can't. Why it literally says do not bend on it, and then they're just like, whoop, let me just fold it and make it fit. They won't care, right? Alrighty, so next we are going to fuzz. So I'm going to use my fuzz cloth. It's not my gross one, for those of you who hate that fuzz cloth. I don't even know where that fuzz cloth is. But we're going to pull this off and try not to get it in my hair. And we're going to fuzz. Hi, Dewey. How are you? And we are going to fuzz this. So I'm thinking, since we didn't have a cutout sale this week, I'm kind of thinking, what if we did a discount transfer sale on Sunday over in my VIP group? What do y'all think about that? Where I would have probably mainly just mostly Christmas stuff, Christmas transfers on sale over in there. Because I got lots, y'all. I got a lot. I think it ends the 21st, Lynette. I want to say it ends the 21st. If you go to the website, it says it on the banner. She probably did. She's like, girl, Alex, hi, Brenda. She's like, you need to get rid of this. Hi, Karen Wing. How are you? All right, let's fuzz. I'm going to fuzz it pretty well. But you can use a regular towel. I'm going to use my fuzz cloth. I do wish we had a bigger fuzz cloth for our bigger transfers. I know that was requested. The 21st. Thank you, Darlene. See, I was right. I had it. Hi, Melanie. Oh my goodness, Missy. I got it. I cut it today. I apologize that it's taken me so long, my friend. Hi, Tina. How are you? All right, let's lay this on here and just get it as straight and centered as possible. Okay. Chris, I just saw your message come through. I'll check it after my live. I haven't forgotten about you, Missy. I sincerely apologize. Normally, it does not take me forever to get that out. I apologize. Okay. Push that down. We're going to use vanilla, and I'm going to try to move it to where y'all can see what I'm working on. So we're going to use vanilla and nominee. Not yet, Miss Barbara. I have you on my list. I'm so sorry, Miss Tina. I'm glad you're here, though. Okay, so we're going to do, like, all of, like, the little swirlies in nominee. And then we're going to do all of the wording in vanilla. So I'm going to use probably a combination of my multi-tools and my mini squeegees, okay? Which, again, also 25% off. I have it cut, Miss Barbara. I just haven't shipped it. I was trying to get myself caught up on orders first because I got behind with being sick and my back. So, but we are back up and going. Like I said, I think yesterday I shipped out like 20 orders. I packaged 20 orders, 20, 25 orders. And then today another 20 or 25. So I'm getting caught up. I should be back within my turnaround time tomorrow. What size is that canvas? It's not a canvas. This is the 12 by 18 outside the box frame insert. Can you tell us about the Gator Hide Sea Spray and Voodoo Gel? So the Gator Hide is like a sealer. Give me 1 second. I can show you. I used it before. The Sea Spray is a thickener, so you can add like 3D effects to like you can mix it in with your paste to like thicken it up, and you can make it look like fake snow. All sorts of things. I need to pull that out and mess with it and show y'all how to use it. And then the gel stains, the Voodoo gel stains are just gel stains, but the gel stains are going on pause and I think the Gator Hide and the Crackle for the holidays, just because it can't ship. It's water-based, so it can't be shipped when it's really cold out. So, all right, let me pull this up. Okay. I have a question about the Halloween calendar. How do you get the numbers to stick to the witch? Velcro, glue dots. It should just sit in there, Miss Nancy. But you could do a magnet. I need to look at it. Let me look at it and then send me a message so I don't forget. Y'all, I do this every time. Send me a message so I don't forget, and I'll look at it. And I'm sorry you just got a message that you probably didn't want. My back is doing better, Miss Anita. It is doing better. It's a slow healing process. But no longer when I stand up in the morning am I in like horrible pain. So I'll take that as a win. All right, so we're going to go in with our vanilla. You could do this with bright white too, but y'all know your girl loves vanilla. When I first became a designer, I got some face up. Yeah, it just happens. So that's why they're pausing the gel stains, because those are water based. But let me show you. I'll show you the Gator Hide. I forgot. Let me do this part, Miss D, and then I'll show you the gator hide on some coasters. So we used that to seal the coasters, the Halloween coasters that we made a while back. And it worked great. All right, getting this on here. And I'm trying to go quickly, but I'm also trying not to get the color where I don't want it. I'm always so bad about that. I get to talking. I get to yapping and not paying attention to what I'm doing. So I pasted, I'm gonna pull. That way it doesn't dry in my silk screen. Okay. So there's what we have. I'm gonna lay it back down and then I'm gonna push on the areas that I did not chalk. And so these are, it's kind of hard to tell, but I sealed these with the gator hide. So it's a clear sealer that you want to do like 2 to 3 coats in between, and it should prevent all your stuff from bleeding or like fading and stuff like that. It's really hard to see on here because it's dried, but I think it also adds like a little bit of a gloss to it. Hi, Diane. I ordered, but it's under my daughter's name. Mary, not good with the computer stuff. Patty, what did you order? Was it chalk or was it cutouts? Which was it, my friend? All right. Then we're going to go in here. And then get this. But you just want to take your time, y'all. Don't be intimidated by the bigger transfers because you can take your time. There's absolutely no rush. All you need to do is just paste and then pull it up. So we did the nominee. We're going to do the word games. And I'm really trying not to mix it. You're welcome. Dee, I know that probably didn't explain it very well, but it is just a sealer. I thought it was going to make the chalk run because that's what everybody told me is like, you have to be really careful about it because it can make the chalk run. But y'all, I put that on thick on there and the chalk didn't run. And I actually really liked it. It was very easy to use, personally. I'll have to look. I know I shipped out, Patty, I probably shipped out 30 or 40 of those in the last, I don't know, 24 hours. 30 or 40 sets of them. So, it would have gone to whatever email you used. But Patty, send me a message and I can look it up for you. I would be more than happy to do that, to give you more of an update. It's just hard for me to do order updates while I'm live because I don't know what I've packaged and what I haven't. So it's always best to send me a message or email me and I can give you an update that way. I just can't stop while I'm live. And I can't remember, especially with the number of packages that I've shipped out in the last couple days, I can't remember whose packages I've shipped and whose I haven't. So, hi Roberta. All right, so we're going in with Nominee. I love this color. And we're going to do all the funky stuff. And I'm going to just work in sections. That's my biggest tip when you're doing the bigger transfers is to work in sections. That way your paste doesn't dry on you. Okay. That looks good. And then I'm going to go in with the vanilla and I'm going to do the snowflakes. And then if I get it on the deer, it's not a big deal because we're going to use the chalk shape to cover it up. So, hi Jennifer. Y'all do not need to apologize for being late. Please. I'm just glad y'all are here. I am feeling better. I am. All right. So then we're going to push down on the areas that we lifted. And we're going to go back in and do the other side. But y'all, you could totally do different color variations of this. I saw someone who did like a black background and they used red and green and it was really pretty. There's lots of different ways to do this one. I actually took the one from the website as inspiration for this. And I'm honestly just copying what they did. So don't be afraid to use the website too to help you. That's what I do. All right. So going in with our nominee, which this color paints beautifully too. It's a great paint because it's a metallic. Give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to concentrate and get everything covered. But we're doing this on a 12 by 18 insert for the outside the box frame. Someone asked that earlier and I don't think I said that. And this size outside the box frame is retiring. So grab it. That's okay. All right. There's what we have. Okay. It's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. I'm going to move this up. We're going to lay this back down. And then we are going to keep going. Okay. I also think the deer would be pretty on a t-shirt. I need to go buy me some shirts. Ooh, that's another thing, y'all. See, squirrel. I did a poll, I guess it was last week or the week before, about t-shirts. I've ordered some of the stuff to make it. I'm going to make an example, and then I will do pre-orders in my VIP group for some of those shirts. So if you liked those shirts that I posted a couple weeks ago, make sure you're in the VIP group, because I will post a pre-order here probably in the next week or two. All right. We're going to do the bottom part. Let's get out our nominee for all the swirlies and the doo-to-doos. And just finish this up. So, tell me, have y'all snagged anything in the 25% off sale? Have y'all looked at the website? Because everything is on sale. Even the barn. So if you liked the barn, y'all, that we did, I totally forgot to mention that. If you liked the barn, that guy is 25% off too. And Perks members, it's 25% off on top of your 30% off. So you get an additional 25% off on top of your 30. So it's a great time to get your stuff. I sure did on Tuesday. Any tees or sweatshirts? There will be t-shirts. I might do sweatshirts. I can't decide. I might. I guess I should probably offer that. I'm like, I don't need a sweatshirt because I live in Texas, but not everybody lives in Texas. You ordered? Yay! All right. We're going to do winner leads Santa's sleigh. That's what this says. I'm doing that in vanilla. And then we'll do our last little swirls in nominee. And then we'll pull this up. All right. And I see some spots that I missed. So I'm going to go back, get those. That looks good. Yay, Debbie. Long sleeve. Okay. And I'm checking it as I'm pulling it up to see if there's any spots that I missed, because if I did, I can lay it back down. And there's what we have. Okay. Let's put this to the side. Actually, no. Boonies. I'm going to put this down here, because we're not going to clean it in between. Let's dry it. Love the Christmas tree one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to, that's one of them, Melinda. So it's the Christmas trees and the pumpkins, which I understand I might be a little bit late for the pumpkins, but long sleeve, then t-shirts. Okay. I got to figure out the options. So let's get this dry. Probably just down here, because that's what we just chalked. More than likely all of this up here, yeah, is dry. It's just the bottom part that we gotta dry. Alrighty. The Christmas tree would look like a long sleeve. Okay. Maybe I'll offer the Christmas trees in, if I can find the same color t-shirt in a long sleeve, short sleeve, and sweatshirt, then I will offer that. That means the price might change, especially for the sweatshirt. But we're going to test it out and we're going to see how that goes. Y'all might like the t-shirts. Y'all always compliment me on mine. And I thought, well, let's try it out. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to place this to the side and we're going to pull out our chockable shape. So this is also available on the website if you want to snag this. If I can get it open, maybe not. Okay. Looking good. And we're actually going to paint him. We're going to paint him in Nominee. We're going to attempt to paint him in Nominee. So, where did my paintbrush go? I think this looks so cute already. Yeah, I think so too. That is too tiny of a paintbrush. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab one from over here. And we are going to paint this guy in Nominee. And then we're actually just going to chalk him in white. But I want the edges, I'm going to wet it a little bit. I want the edges to be in Nominee. So it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect or completely solid. We just want the deer to be painted in Nominee. All right, y'all, do me a huge favor. Make sure you're in the broadcast channel. So down there in the pinned comment right here where it says comment deer, open that up. And then in that pinned comment, there's a link in there for you to click on. The broadcast channel is just a one-way messaging system where I can provide updates, sales, announcements, when I go live, all of that. So make sure you're in there. And what else was I going to say? And I really try not to like blow y'all up. I really try. But some days it just has to happen. Alrighty. So I know it's not perfect. That's fine with me. We're going to dry it. And then we're going to chalk on top of it. I just wanted the edges to be a little bold. But I don't know if this is going to work. This is what they said. So chalk provides like a little like recipe guide to tell you how to make something that is like on their website. And it said they painted it. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. We'll see. Let's get it dry. And then we will chalk on it. But it's got to be dry. So I don't remember comments. Would y'all want a discount transfer sale over in the VIP group on Sunday? And it'd be Christmas transfers. Because the transfers are so much easier for me to ship than cutouts. And those will ship relatively quickly. Or I can wait till towards the end of the month. Sure, thanks, Missy. Thank you for answering, Missy. Hi, Thomas. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. We will see. Y'all got very quiet. Where did everybody go? Hi, Doreen. Oh gosh, y'all, he loves it when y'all say hello to him. Just so you know. So say hello to Thomas, because he likes it when y'all say hello. I think closer to the end of the month. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm starting my Christmas items on craft shows. That's awesome. All right, let me dry this. Oh my gosh, look at it, look at it. Look at everybody saying hello. Yeah, I don't know if this worked, y'all, but we're gonna just stick with it. We are gonna have to wax it though. Oh, Miss Lynette, I forgot. Send me another message and I will look tonight as soon as I get off my live. I apologize, my friend. I think it was like in the middle of me being sick or right before I got sick, and then life just been a big old mess since then. Okay, let's wax it. Oh my gosh, y'all are funny. Y'all are probably making this day over there. All right, heat this up. We're gonna wax it because y'all, I don't know. They said they painted this, but it does not really, the paint's not really want to stick. So we'll see. This could be like a total disaster. It wouldn't be the first time though. All right, that's waxed. You're still getting hellos. Y'all are funny. Okay, pull this back out and attempt to line this up on my glass mat. This is the only bad thing about the glass mat is, oh my gosh, I'm getting paint everywhere. Hold on. Running out of room. I'm gonna hide something and y'all will have to find it. The winner will get something. Oh, see, y'all, he's doing his own little giveaway around here. Oh my God. He thinks he is special now. We need to meet him. Well, that's up to him. That is up to him if he wants to come on a live. I'm not going to force him to. Ooh. That did not work out. Oh gosh, here's a challenge now. Why can I not get this? I like Missy's suggestion. I didn't see it. What did it say? Oh, to meet him. Oh my God. Aren't you busy, Thomas? Aren't you at some sort of event? I thought you weren't going to be on here. All right. Let me see if I can get it like this. Lord, have him do a live. Oh, you want him to do a live? No, it's over. Oh. That was short. I thought it was supposed to be like an hour and a half. I am really struggling with this. Big time. Okay. Y'all, I don't know about painting it. Hold on. The problem is the glass mat. I love it, but I also hate it for this kind of stuff. Give me a second. Maybe. I can't line it up. I am really struggling. Don't look at the back of it. It's like a kindergartner painted it. Dear. Hi, Cheryl. How are you, my friend? All right, it's just going to be, it is what it is. It's not going to be completely centered on there, but it's fine. We'll make it work. I don't know if this is going to work, though. We'll see. Oh my gosh, I keep messing it up. I messed it up. See, even I struggle with it. Y'all always tell me I make it look so easy. Am I making it look easy right now? Nope. Hold on. We won't see the back. Yeah, exactly. And that's not good. I'm about to give up on this little thing and just line it back up on the surface and call it a day because I'm getting frustrated. Oh, that's terrible. All right, hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh, Alex. It keeps moving on me. There we go. There we go. All right. Got it. It's rough one day. I know, Miss Cheryl. I've been thinking about you. I can give a lesson on how to mess it up. Tape it on. Well, I already got it. We're going to see if this works. I don't know, y'all. This is what the website said, but it's not working out in my favor so far. At least this part. The other part we did looks good. Should I do the horns in a different color or just no? I'm just going to do it all in vanilla. Tape the range of the glass mat. Well, that was a smart idea. Why didn't I think of that? Y'all always have the best ideas. All right. Pull this up. Y'all, I don't know. Okay, not bad. Not too shabby. So it does have like that gold border around it. Looking for my dryer. Okay, we're almost done, I promise. I need to put a design on. Not on the, no, I was just gonna use the transfer and then we're gonna put it on the, because I wanted there to be a gold border because we also use gold on the sign. You don't have to do that step. That's just what the example was on the website and I wanted to try to recreate that. But I don't like how the nominee painted on the chalk shape. So what I would do is I honestly would probably sand the chalk shape down. Or water this down a little bit. It's in the recipe guide. If you're a designer, it's in the resource library. But if there's ever anything like on the website that you want to know how to make, and you're like, what did they use? You can just send me a message and I can look it up. All right. Hi, Linda. Close this up. Alrighty. Where did my sign go? So we're going to throw this in here. Maybe if it'll fit. Ow. So there's what we have. And then we are going, ooh, y'all, look at that. We're going to use some glue dots. I suggest glue dots. I don't suggest to, you know what? We're going to use Velcro dots. Because I don't know where my glue dots are. But we're going to use Velcro. But I suggest to use Velcro dots or glue dots or magnets, not to glue it down. Because if you glue this down on here, you're not going to be able to take the insert out and change it out. So I suggest some other form of adhering it rather than gluing it if you want to switch it out. Yeah, so I definitely think sanding it would be a better choice. Alrighty. So I'm just going to use some Velcro dots. And we are done. So hit that heart button. Comment the word dear. And check your messenger. Stay just for a couple more minutes and then we will do our giveaway and call it a day. Okay. And there it is. That easy. I actually really like the gold around the deer. Thanks, Missy. I can't take the credit for that. That was on the website, but there it is. So the cool thing is if I take this off, then I can switch the insert out. But y'all, this frame right here is low. I don't know if it's low quantity. I'm sure it is. But it's retiring. So if you like this size of 12 by 18, I suggest to snag it in some of the inserts while you can. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty, let's pick a winner. So we're going to do the fourth person on my side to comment the word deer will win a giveaway. So the fourth person on my side to comment the word deer. I used the home decor chalk paint in the color Imperial. Thomas, you can't win. Miss Cheryl was number 1. Lisa was number 2. I know. That's why I was surprised. Lynette was number 3. I don't know, y'all. That's what I was told. Oh gosh. Now I'm missing comments. Hold on. Your comments didn't come in order, but my response did. Oh gosh darn it. My thing messed up. Put that there. Hold on. My comments messed up. Give me a second. Thomas did not win. He cannot win. He's not allowed to win. I told him that. Miss Nancy, go grab it while it's 25% off. Oh gosh. I have to redo it, y'all, because it won't let me go back up to those comments. Sorry. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it won't let me go back up. Okay. What did you say? It was a 12 by 18 D. A 12 by 18 outside the box frame. Let's try this again. Thomas, no. Let's try this again. I apologize. My thing got messed up. So how about we do this? The fourth person to comment the number 4 will win. Try it again. Sorry. Fourth person to comment the number 4 will win. Oh, I know, Miss Nancy. At least you get 25% off on top of your 30. Diane was number 1. Dee was number 2. Doreen was number 4. Number 3. Miss Cheryl was number 4. Miss Cheryl Horn, you are the winner. So send me a message and I'll send you your form, okay? All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be possibly back on tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. But y'all have a great rest of your night and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.